The price of inefficiency is billions down the drain. We all know governments need money. Taxes pay for important things, roads, schools, maybe even a fighter jet that can also fold laundry. Don't get your hopes up. But what happens when the money disappears? Not in a cool, magic trick way, but in a, wait, where did those billions go kind of way. That's what we're talking about tonight. Government waste and potential fraud, specifically in the United States and our friendly neighbors to the north, Canada. Now, governments are big, complicated beasts. Mistakes happen, but we're not talking about a few misplaced staplers here. We're talking potentially hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. Think about that for a second. That's your money, folks. Money that could be used to, I don't know, improve education, fix infrastructure, or maybe finally fund that laundry folding fighter jet research. Instead, it's potentially lining the pockets of who knows who, and that's not right. The education drain and military maze. Where's the money going? Let's get specific. One area where this potential fraud is allegedly rampant, the US Department of Education. We're talking billions potentially lost to fraud and abuse, according to some sources. Billions! That's enough to give every teacher in America a private island, or at least a significant pay raise and better school supplies. Then there's the military. Now, I respect our troops, but the military budget is a labyrinth. It's so complex, even seasoned accountants fear to tread. And where there's complexity, there's opportunity for, shall we say, creative accounting. We're talking potential overspending on contracts, equipment that doesn't work, the list goes on. Now, I'm not saying everyone in the government is corrupt, but when you have this much money floating around with minimal oversight, well, let's just say it's a recipe for disaster, or at least some very questionable spending. Musk government watchdog, Rubio to the rescue. So what do we do about it? Well, some interesting names have been thrown into the ring. Elon Musk, for example, has been suggested as someone who could help uncover this potential fraud. Now, I know what you're thinking, Elon Musk, the guy who's launching rockets and building electric cars. What does he know about government spending? And you'd be right to ask that, but Musk is known for his business acumen and, let's be honest, his willingness to shake things up. Plus, he's got the resources to dig deep. Whether he has the time or the inclination to become the government's official fraud buster is another question. Then there's Marco Rubio, who has been suggested as someone to handle specific cases, particularly at the State Department. Now, Rubio's track record on government spending is, let's just say it's mixed, but hey, maybe he's found his calling in rooting out corruption. Stranger things have happened. Canada's woes and the kickback conundrum, and it's not just the US. Our neighbours to the north, Canada, are also facing their own spending scandals. We're talking potentially $200 billion a year misspent. That's enough to buy every Canadian a lifetime supply of maple syrup, twice over. And what's even more concerning is the mention of kickbacks. Now, kickbacks are just a fancy word for bribes. It's basically when someone in a position of power uses their influence to steer contracts or funds towards specific companies or individuals in exchange for, well, a little something on the side. It's illegal, it's unethical, and it's a betrayal of public trust. This potential for corruption is deeply concerning. It erodes our faith in government and undermines the very principles of democracy. We deserve transparency, we deserve accountability, and we deserve to know our hard-earned tax dollars are being spent responsibly. Until then, we'll keep shining a light on these issues and asking the tough questions, no matter how uncomfortable they may be. Because remember, folks, it's your money. Don't let them flush it down the drain.